Hello and welcome to the November 2020 Pathway to Potential Initiative and Lansing Community College podcast. I'm Cassie Little and I am a student engagement coordinator at Lansing Community College. That pretty much means that I work with potential students to help them get started at LCC and navigate the college processes.
And I'm Jeff Dole. I'm a college and career coach serving students in the Lansing region who are seeking to get back into school, whether it's high school or college, or find a new career. So this is our second of two podcasts that we plan to share with students and clients in the Lansing community as we begin this new school year. And the focus of these podcasts is about you and helping you with the many changes taking place in education today. Specifically, we're going to be focusing on online coursework, and we want to help you with tips to help you succeed this year. So last month we talked about a couple of things on how to learn best and holding yourself accountable when it comes to learning online. And so this month we have a couple more tips for you.
Yeah, so the first thing I want to talk about, and something I tell students all of the time, is to really get the most out of their education and their college experience is to actively participate in it. And this is true for in-person classes and online courses. And I think, we talk about the college experience a lot, and that sometimes we're thinking about, living on your own and new social circles and things like that. But a big part of that college experience is exploring new things. And a part of that is you really do get out what you put into it. So what does it mean to actively participate, especially when you're taking an online class like you may be right now? Of course, you should be participating in class, right? Completing assignments, reading the text, participating in discussion boards and all of that. But it also means going one step beyond that. And that might mean taking advantage of an instructor's online office hours to, check in about anything you don't understand. A lot of times students don't take advantage of those office hours online or in person. So that's really a good chance to talk to your instructor one-on-one about anything you need help with or just to check in. And it could also mean creating a virtual study group with others in your class, going one step beyond and participating. Now, another thing I know some people do, I did it myself when I was in college in an online class, you wait until the end of the week or until the due date to log into the class and then try to get everything done at once. Don't do that. I know I said I did it, but really it will work out better if you actively participate by setting aside time. We talk about creating a schedule and that's important, but you can even set aside some time, if you notice you have 15 minutes before dinner, log in and complete just one task, maybe check into the discussion board and do one response. Log in and just check your due dates. That way you're staying engaged and it doesn't feel overwhelming. You're kind of checking in at different points and getting a little bit done at a time. The last thing I will mention is also participating in things outside of the classroom. So that might mean attending student events, maybe joining a club, meeting new people, and that can all be done virtually, definitely in person. And when you are actively participating in your college experience like that, not only are you getting more out of it, but you're actually more likely to do well in the classroom as well. So it's a way to impact that success.
That's great advice. And you can't actively participate if you're not there. So Cassie talked a little bit about using your time wisely. And so that's really what I want to focus on as well is, as a tip, is to practice good time management skills. And so let's face it, when you're taking an online course, there's a lot of freedom and there's a lot of flexibility in your schedule all of a sudden. You don't have to be to class from 1 to 3 every Monday and Wednesday. So that can actually be a detriment because if you don't use your time wisely, things can catch up on you. And before you know it, you're cramming or you're not doing your assignments, as well as you could. So time management, I struggled with that in college. And once I figured out how to do that wisely, then things got a lot easier for me. So here's a couple of tips that we have for you. The first, it seems obvious, but when you get a syllabus from your instructor, you really should look that over carefully. Oftentimes the syllabus will give you, some deadlines for different projects that your instructor has for you. So take a look at your syllabus and kind of chunk that out for the semester in terms of when you're going to need to get things done. So it's really helpful. And when you look at that syllabus, it's really also helpful to kind of create like a weekly schedule for you. So don't look at the whole 16 weeks necessarily. That can be overwhelming, but kind of, make smaller chunks, maybe by the week or even by the day. So when you look at it that way, it's a lot easier to accomplish those goals. So the third thing that I would suggest to you, and I did this often in college, and that is find somebody that you can trust, that you can depend on. Could be a family member, could be a friend, somebody that you can study with, somebody that can kind of hold you accountable to make sure that you're studying when you should be. Just as a reminder, kind of to let you know that you need to stay on track. Because if you have that person supporting you through your education, you're more likely to succeed, and you won't be, wasting so much time and effort, and you'll pass more of your classes, I'm sure. So those are a couple of the tips that we have for you today to be successful online.
Yes, I love that. That's so true. Thank you, Jeff. So we know, of course, there's so much more information to share on this topic. So at the end of the podcast, we will provide you with our contact information. Feel free to reach out to us, and other community resources and links that may be helpful for you. Also, please feel free to share this information with other students who may want our support. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Jeff and Rachel. Depending on interests, we would love to share more with you, so please let us know of any feedback and anything else you're interested in hearing more about.